Hey, Podcast America. Welcome to episode, I think, was this 84 now, of the Enlightened Neanderthals. And back again for this one is our friend Luis from Venezuela, just because the last round was so impactful. So this one's a little lighter. We got into, what, Mike, some political discussion.
Political ranting.
As we have been known to do from, I guess, once or twice here on this
Since
show.
episode 2. No, 3. 2 was backpacking.
You're right. You're right. We went intro backpacking, then went on a rant for the next year and a half.
It's been fun.
Training Northwest stuff. What do we have coming up by the time you guys hear this? Our first Hunter's Rifle class will have come and gone. I did post a carbine fundamentals class for June of 2025. I have a feeling that one will fill up, and I'm not going to post a lot of public classes this year. So if it's something that's on your radar, get in there and get it, because once this one's gone, that's about it for the year, other than the rifleman camps. Anybody think of anything else to add, or shall I say, Jordan?
No, I mean,
Jordan on the spot.
LLC.
Give us something intelligent.
.net.
.gov.
But he's waiting.
.org.
What's that?
Enjoy the show, you guys.
They should do like here. Right now, as far as the healthcare, that's one of the things that I've been dealing with lately. Mm-hmm. And I think it's fucked up how it is organized, but I don't see a solution. In Venezuela,
solutions are system wide. And hang on, before we get going again here, we are back for round 2 with our friend Luis. If you guys listened to our last episode, pretty fucking heavy story that he shared with us about his I guess just his entire life story and how he got here to America. So now we're back, and we're going to talk a little bit about, I guess, apples for apples. Is that the idea? Comparing country to country, Mike? Is that
not comparing? Just, I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit of comparison.
You wanted to talk about systems of government? Is that correct? Okay, and that's why, as we hit record, we're talking about healthcare.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you good. I don't listen to myself. Is that all right?
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. You're fine. So in Venezuela, you have 2 ways, right? You can go to a clinic, just like here, like a private clinic, or you can go to a hospital, right? The hospital, the government pays for it, but it's all like the way it works is really crooked. So you have to bribe the doctors in order for you to get a bed in the, whenever you're about to die, ICU or something, you have to pay, you have to bribe a doctor.
Oh, like hospice, where they make you comfortable, you mean?
Yeah.
Or you're saying if you need treatment because you're trying to prolong your life?
No, like ICU.
Okay.
Let's say
you have something you're trying to survive. You're not talking about like an end of life comfort situation.
No, in that too. Like you have to always like bribe somebody because it's always so full. And just to give an example, I had an injury on my knee in Venezuela, and I had to get like an MRI, and I had 2 options. I either pay for it out of my pocket, which it was stupidly expensive, just as expensive as is here, or I can put my name on a list, right, for this hospital that is owned by the government, and then wait anywhere from 30 to 90 days to get it done for free, right? If I want to speed up that process, and this is where the bad things start happening, I can actually speed up the process if I either know somebody or if I bribe the doctor and he can put like an emergency note on it, right? But the bribes are really expensive too.
And this is understood that this is the way it works. Like the entire, everybody knows.
Yeah, yeah. That's open. It's open.
Okay.
I think we have similar things here, but they're
Just less talked about.
It's not as honest.
But is there?
That's honest.
But there's hospitals here, like free hospitals here, where you can, because that's another thing. In Venezuela, they say, and this is what they think about America, they let you die if you don't have insurance. I never seen that happening.
No.
I think
It's illegal.
Right?
They talk on the news like that's what's going to happen, but it will not happen.
Because, so Luisana and I, we were just getting here, and she got a really bad injury in her ear. Really bad. Like her ear was split in 2. And I took her to the hospital, the first one that appeared. I guess it was private. I don't know. and they didn't ask me for anything. They asked me for it at the end, and it was really expensive. They did give me a super discount if I was gonna pay in cash, but it's not like they told me, no, you don't have insurance, or swipe your card first. No, like they let her in, right? So in Venezuela, they let you die. I seen with my own eyes people dying in Venezuela because they didn't bribe the doctor to get into a hospital. And these are the free hospital, the ones that I'll like pay for the government. Yeah. Right? So I do believe there is.
How much is a bribe? Like for the doctor?
For the doctor, so
a couple hundred?
If I do the comparison, at that point, probably like close to $500 to $1,000.
Yeah.
If I made the comparison, like in the past, right? Right now, the economy is different in Venezuela, but probably around that.
Yeah, okay.
And then, the deductibles were super high. I remember, like, even if you had, like, insurance through your company, it was still expensive to get care. So many people died. So in COVID, when COVID happened in Venezuela, you have to literally bring your own oxygen bottle to the hospital.
I was hoping I could get on a vent.
For real. Like, they okay, bring your oxygen bottle. You're going to die.
Everybody scuba divers over there?
I don't know. It was weird.
Welding bottles.
Everybody was, like, rolling around with with that thing. And I'm like, fuck. And I wasn't there.
Like an old folks home.
They told me about it. So, but that's the free hospital. The other one, super expensive. Super expensive. So over here, I see a lot of people, they probably do need, healthcare, and they do need all this stuff. But who's going to pay for it? You know what I mean? I do understand that part too. Now, I went to the hospital. I went to get my, vital check out for the first time. And I told you guys in the last podcast. And I realized they charge the the insurance. It was like $700, and if I would have paid out of pocket, it would be like $250. So that's that's bad too. It's like we have to find, I think, like a middle, ground where it can work like healthcare wise. I maybe like I thought about it because I was actually thinking about it, and I'm like, why don't they build like a specific hospitals that are like paid by the government? You don't need insurance. You don't need, what I mean? You just need like a collaboration, like something really cheap. Like, let's say $500 or something. I know for some people they don't have 500, but shit, like, is your life for 500? I think you can make it work, and then get doctors as, get them pay, and those doctors can work there. They get paid by the government, and then they can also work in a private sector, but I don't know, I think America with the healthcare has always been like this. Like,
well, it's because it's a free market in the United States,
but it's not. It's not free at all.
But I mean, that's
it's
the
a
idea.
Heavily controlled
Started was to be a free market, and this would take care of the occasional accident back in the day. It doesn't work that way anymore, but I think it's interesting. Like, look at Scandinavian countries. Like, go to.
They're broke.
They are, but like Norway, like a lot of them, they have socialized medicine.
Their income tax rate is ridiculous.
It's high, but you do not get caught with the bill. Like,
no, you get one way or another. There's no free lunch in nature. One way or another, you get the bill.
But yeah, go.
I have a quick question because you guys have more knowledge than me. Let's say I go to a hospital. The bill is $200,000. They cannot send me to jail if I don't have the money, right?
Oh, here they can.
Just goes to collection.
They will not.
So my credit would just get fucked up.
Yeah.
Or you make an arrangement. The thing is like you can take that bill and you can negotiate it down. Mm-hmm. So you pay less. Mm-hmm. And then you can make terms and you can say, this is what I can afford. And this is,
It's the game. It's what the insurance companies do too.
And you do that, and it could be $20 a month forever.
But what if you don't pay it? What happened there?
then your credit gets shot to shit. You can never own a house. You can never buy a car. You struggle to get a credit card. It makes it really difficult to live in the matrix if your credit score is not good. And you're just stuck. So what happens is people get buried under these medical bills that they couldn't avoid, and now they have. And like Jordan said, now they're stuck with this payment for 10 years or 15 years. And then something else happens. Now they have a payment for that. And then they can't afford a car, so they finance a car. Now they have that payment. And then they can't afford to buy a house, so they rent an apartment or they rent a house. Now they have all these payments that they're stuck making forever and ever and ever. And they can never dig their way out of their hole because they are just working 40 hours a week to make all these payments.
But
it's a system of debt slavery is what we've set up here in the United States.
Can I be honest with you guys? I would just not pay it.
We're getting there. Today it was announced that we're giving another $50 billion loan to Ukraine. And I got to be honest, I'm at the point where I'm kind of like, fuck it, I'm just going to not pay my taxes. Because why am I, what the fuck are we paying for?
World War III.
We're mailing in checks and barely affording gas and groceries so that Joe Biden can send another massive fucking boatload of money to Ukraine.
50 how much?
Billion with a B like boy.
It's a lot of helmets.
If they just gave that to the American people.
Everyone's got a Corvette.
Everybody.
I don't think there's...
What's the math on that?
Divided by...
Probably a Mazda Miata, not a Corvette.
Yeah.
I think there's no 50 million homeless people. So they can definitely at least fix that.
Oh, we could exterminate so many.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about something else?
Orcas would be threat.
Say there's 350 million people in the United States, so divide 50 billion by 350
how many
million.
zeros to put into a billion. Now you
It's
got
like 9, right?
2, 3, yeah,
I'm completely making it. So is it
3, 6, 9.
That's a lot of cheese, though.
there's 5 million, 500 million. Oh, my calculator stops at 500 million. Sorry, Mike.
You're gonna have to ask AI. Ask Google.
So that means Zelensky has a really nice computer
Yeah.
and calculator.
I don't even think it stays with Zelensky. I think it all comes right back home to the various players in the power centers.
I got a bunch of haters on my DM because the day that Donald Trump won, that they said they won, Zelensky put like a video, like an interview, and I comment, so sorry that your credit card just got declined.
Yeah.
They didn't like that.
Speaking of geopolitics, we should take bets on how long till that guy gets suicided.
Zelensky?
Yeah. I think a year. I think he's got about a year from right now.
Yeah, I don't see it happening before Trump.
No, it'll be after the inauguration. They'll have to wait till things kind of get quiet a little bit for a few months, then you kind of off him and then replace him.
Do you guys know about Zelensky?
A little bit.
A little bit. That he was an actor.
Is that real that he used to touch piano with his dick?
Yeah. Well, no, it was a skit. It wasn't come on.
He was
it wasn't
an actor, and it was a skit in a movie.
Oh, he wasn't like actually doing it for OnlyFans.
No.
He was like a comedic actor.
Oh, I was just
I'd be more impressed if he could play the piano. Oh my God, is that Beethoven?
Yeah.
Oh, Mozart.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so the healthcare, it's one thing.
But that's what I mean. Like, look how much money is just going out to Ukraine towards funding other countries. Like, the United States is as great as it is. It should be it's trying to be the world beacon. Like, I'm the leader. I'm gonna emancipate all the territories that are enslaved, and freedom and free market is everything. But if it's like you're that guy saying that, you should be taking care of your own family.
Yeah.
That's like being the proud dad telling everyone what to do, and your kids' clothes have holes in them, they're malnourished, and you know what I mean? It's like, take care of your own people. And I do think a lot of Scandinavian and like those countries do it best of socialized medicine. But then like socialized medicine of Canada is not as good as the United States' medicine, but it's a little bit better than probably where you're from in your socialized medicine. And I think the idea that I have seen it where people they have a baby, right? And normally having a kid, maybe with insurance, $10,000, $20,000.
It cost me $125 each.
to have your kid, all that stuff,
Yeah,
you got good insurance then.
Yeah.
So for someone that doesn't have good insurance, that starts to become.
Yes, and then you have to negotiate it, and then you get stuck in this. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
also insurance is also like a reward for playing in the Matrix like a good boy.
But the
You know what I mean?
ability,
So
if you took care of your citizens, though, and you paid for certain things like that, we're not talking cosmetic. You want new tits, you want bigger lips. This is if you're gonna die, you've got some disease all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Probably cancer.
Threat of life, limb, or eyesight.
But that gives
it's
you
like triage rules.
Think of a new parent that doesn't have to worry about now $10,000. They send you have your child, you get to go home. There's no bill. That money, that $10,000, you can put towards that child to either what used to be an education.
I don't think
fund.
anybody's coming home from the birthing center with a $10,000 bill because I would not have had kids.
I guarantee you, people come home. Because I had friends that were uninsured, and it was 25 grand from them, and it's like that's just to have a kid.
Where
Interesting.
And that's a setback, right? Getting a broken arm, getting hit by a car,
Yeah.
and you have a $250,000. And now you want to get back on your feet,
Yeah,
and
you're
you
screwed.
can barely move. No, you should be helping your citizen. Once again, the government should be aiding. That's what it's there for, is to help. When you've been hit by a Mercedes, that's when you need to help the most.
Well, first off, why the fuck are these things so expensive?
What?
Yeah,
Hospital bills?
Because nobody
bills,
knows.
right?
Nobody knows. As
Because,
well.
No, they
like,
tax stuff.
It's bullshit, right? Like the knee surgery I got.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a bill in the mail for $50,000 for a knee surgery, and I just did what any 27-year-old does, and I folded it up and didn't look at it anymore.
Yeah.
No.
And then that went away, and I got another bill that was adjusted to like 30-something thousand, and I didn't look at that either. I just was like, that is about the same number. Fuck, I what do you want me to do? I make $14 an hour. I'm not gonna fucking be able to pay you. So I didn't, and then I got another bill, and it was like 10.
even more reduced, right?
And then didn't mess with that, and then got another bill, and it was like $3,500 or like $2,500 or something, and I was like, that I can work with that, and then I started paying on that. I didn't say anything. I don't know I don't know how insurance works. I don't know how if they were negotiating between the two, and they just kept sending me stuff, and like as soon as you okay, I'll just start paying on this. Now you're going to be paying on that.
I mean, it's a game. How much
was
can
it
you
worth?
get? So they're fishing.
Was the fucking stuff that they put in my leg worth it? Material wise,
Probably
Oh, no.
$400.
no,
No.
no.
It's because the insurance company
It's
makes
because insurance companies. That's why the shit's so high.
Yeah.
So these insurance companies that are supposed to cover all our shit, they're not, and that's why fucking CEOs get shot in the fucking head because they're because they're
Oh yeah, buddy. Here we go.
allowing like they're profiting on us in so many different ways. Insurance companies are fucking us, which is part of the reason why it's illegal not to have insurance.
Yeah.
So the government
They force
is
you to
now
buy a
in
product.
bed with the fucking insurance companies forcing you to do these things because money's disappearing, right? And I don't know how it all works, but I just know that this is all fucked. And
All I know is good luck tracking. Like, call your employer, your HR department, and your insurance company. Try to track the money that leaves your paycheck, and that is ostensibly for health insurance. Good fucking luck.
Well,
And it's like that for a reason.
and talking about insurance, you guys may don't know this, but 3 years ago I worked with an influencer, actually big one. So I worked 8 months fixing credits, helping people fix their credit, and we get into the second bullshit between the credit companies, the credit bureaus, the insurance companies, and the hospitals. We were like just helping people rebuild their credit, right? 90%, I ran a team of 30 people, and we were just calling in and helping them and this and that. And 95%.
what's Mr. Beast like?
so he was kind of like my like Mr. V. So 95% of those people, they had hospital bills. And I saw that like coming from $100,000, 2 years later, 30, 3 years later, 15, 6 months later, 2,500, right? And they use super scary tactics, which I found illegal, right? Just to make you pay.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like a connection just to get you fucked over.
Well, and then
it's a racket.
On the other side of it, when you need to go get procedures, say you get in a car accident, your back's hurt. Now I need to go get massages, and I need to have the doctor look at me, and this is all coming out of that insurance company's pocket, and these two insurance companies are duking it out for or coverage or whatever they're doing. Now that insurance company starts calling you, asking for you to see your stuff and ask for a settlement. We want a settlement. We'll pay you $1,200, and you can walk away from this, and now you're liable for the rest of your bills. You go, my back's really fucked up. It hurts. And this happened to me, and this is why I kind of know this. I was 22. I got in a car accident. Some guy rear-ended me. My back was jacked up, and it still is fucked up. Just like soft tissue, something in there, like anyway, it doesn't matter. But my back was hurting. So I went to the doctor, and they were like, oh, it's kind of soft tissue. We're not seeing anything x-ray wise, but it kept hurting. And pretty soon I had some lady call me, and it was because I was going to these doctor appointments, and it was getting filed under something. So they were able to see that I was going to the doctor because they're going to be the ones paying for it. And when that happened, they called me and were like, hey, we'll give you $1,200 and call it good. And it was like, that seems extremely low for my back. My back is truly fucked up at this point. I wasn't trying to like get one over on these fucking people. And they would call, and then they would just fucking hound me. And it was like, this is a real fucking issue I'm having right now. And I still have it, which is pissing me off fucking 14 years later. But that's what they did, essentially, is they call and they just start saying fucking ruthless shit. And then it's like an insurance adjuster telling me like, oh, well, that's not really how your back works. And like, that doesn't seem right. And they just start fucking going at you. So all those people can go fuck themselves if they're here, and they probably don't. But if they did, go fuck yourself. Because that's another cog in the wheel, like a cop enforcing a fucked up law, you know, and they're just working for the fucking insurance companies, doctors kind of in the same boat, the government, they're all in cahoots. It's all just, it fucks us.
It's a big fix.
And all this
system.
And still, like, all this being said, if I'm gonna get sick, I'd rather to be in this country.
Without question.
You know what I mean?
I'm not saying that this isn't the best place in the fucking world, because I know it is. It's absolutely the best fucking country though.
There's probably other hospitals throughout the world.
Tell me one other.
That are probably
What country are you dying to go live in there, Dictator Zedong?
I'm just saying hospital. I guarantee you.
Let's send them to North Korea.
Like Dubai, somewhere in there. They have to have a hospital for all those rich fuckers. I guarantee you it's state of the art. Oh, if you got money, you pay for it. Yeah. The best hospital in the world. I mean, there's Sweden's good.
Well, Jordan said best country.
Oh,
plus they got all the Indians.
Yeah.
But then I'm stuck with the bill. Without the bill, I'm going socialized medicine. But then it depends on the country.
Yeah. Then guess what you're gonna do?
Socialized.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're gonna wait 30 to 90 days.
Not if it's bad enough.
Why do you think so many Canadians come down here?
I'll stab myself in the waiting room.
And they'll that's a nice And you know what they're going to do is, we got that on camera, and this claim is voided.
I'm just curious how all the people who promote socialized medicine plan to pay for it, because at the end of the day, you do pay for
taxes.
it. Yeah, you pay for it
because you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're going to pay for it, and you get a bill.
And we get into the second thing. You're pretty healthy. You take care of your health. But there's a lot of fat fuckers out there.
He doesn't know us well.
You pointed at two of the three of us and called them healthy.
It was just difficult to point to the left.
Yeah. Okay. This guy.
So, man, it's a tricky situation, I think, with the healthcare. If you ask me, I think every country has their healthcare problems. This is not the exception.
No.
Like I said, I stand my ground on this. If I'm gonna get sick, I'd rather to be in this country. I think there are other things that are like more worrying. Even though healthcare is like a big thing, really big thing, I believe there are other things that are, to be more like worry about.
Let's hear your, like, coming from your very different perspective. This just being election season, what are your top 3 like social issues here in the
top
United
5.
States?
I want to hear. Just let's hear
The United States,
Yeah.
top 5. Well, I live in Texas, so abortion, it's one.
Do you think that's a pressing issue that like truly should be affecting the country, or do you think that's some jangling keys that people get really upset about that's easy to distract them with?
Second option.
Okay.
I think I'm not a woman. I am not.
It's an issue that will never be solved.
Exactly.
We can argue about this one for a million years, and we're never going to get anywhere.
Exactly. But I think they make a big fuss out of it. Just to keep you distracted from bigger stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of makes me mad about it, because it's like the solution is so easy.
Yeah, get back in the kitchen, right?
Yeah. It's simple. You don't want to have my kid, I kick you in the head. No, I mean, it's actually a pretty simple solution to me. If you're not ready, or if you don't want to have it, or if he's sick or something, before it's actually a fucking kid with teeth inside of you, don't fucking kick it out. No, don't wait that long. That's my position. That's what I think.
Well, it's like early 90s Democrats, right? Was it like
Blowjobs and balanced budgets?
12, blowjobs and balanced budgets.
Yeah.
The big A.
The second one would be they are attacking a lot, like marijuana, cannabis, all of that, especially in Texas. Bella told me something today. We were looking through to the mountains, and she's like, Texans are always saying like, this is true freedom. We're not fucking free here.
No.
It's true. We can't even fucking smoke.
Texas has always been that way.
You know what I mean?
Drugs.
But that's what they preyed on that. You know what I mean? And
you can't say it's the freest state in the nation, but you can't smoke pot or have an abortion.
Yeah.
You may
not like those things, but you can't say it's free, but you can't do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now they're banning so much shit. Like, I can even watch porn over there. I don't know if you guys didn't know.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah. It's stupid. It's like I should be able to do whatever I want, as long as not breaking the law. Yeah. So
it's also one of those states where it's like 98% private land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're all rich from oil, so they bought it all up.
And there's a lot of Chinese people buying land over there. A lot of them. It's stupid. Now that I'm playing pickleball, everybody's Asian in pickleball. I'm like, there's only like 3 brown people playing pickleball, and they all have fucking land. It's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they're all from not even like Asian, like the good kind. It's like, well, I'm not. That didn't come out right.
These are North Koreans.
I've said this a lot, and this is kind of something, because you said you bought a house.
Yeah.
Here, but you don't have a green card, or how's that work?
So I have a permit to work. I have Social Security, and I pay taxes. So
okay, so
no, I have my
what exactly, I guess, are the steps? Because this is something that I've always said: is if you're not a citizen, I don't believe you should be able to have a house, or you should be able to buy land or property or anything like that. And then I started talking to you, and I was like, "Look, this is one of the good ones."
Till you found out that I bought land.
No, but then it was like, well, how
Get them out.
It just made me rethink, like what exactly does it mean? Like, what am I trying to say? And it's when you're not following any of the rules, but you've gone through and you're working to become a U.S. citizen.
He's playing in the system. He's playing in the
so
matrix. Trying to
get a house. a lot has changed since I got here, right? Because you come from another country thinking what they tell you about America, about the American dream and everything, right? I got here. I got the opportunity in the middle of COVID. I have some money saved up. My mom actually told me, you should apply to get a house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I have like $10,000 and, you know, because everything was closed. I couldn't spend money and I was working with Bluebell and I kept working during COVID. So that's a really great point. I do think the same, even though I bought a house.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and here's why. When I was filling out my application, they actually ask you if you're a citizen, resident, or you can even be like completely legal. Like they just ask you for an IT number, which you can get with a passport, right? I wanted it to go to the route. The interest would just be higher. So I wanted to get a HOA loan, FHA loan, sorry, and, you know, go the right route. So they asked me for my 2 previous tax payments, like to the IRS, good credit score, stable job, be working in the same area, company for 2 years. They asked me about everything. And when they asked me if I was a citizen, I said, no. Are you a permanent resident? No. Okay, what's your status? And I'm legal. Here's my permit to work. I have a permit to work. Here's my social security. Here's everything. Here's my taxes. Here's everything.
So as far as, I mean, that makes it seem like you're basically a citizen, but the paperwork hasn't been processed.
So
they're getting their money out of him. They just haven't given them the benefits.
Well, it's interesting because you're saying that, like, if you were to not have it, your interest rate would just be higher. So it's like, it's pay to play.
Yeah.
The U.S. is pay to play.
Yeah.
And that's what I have an issue with right there. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's where things need to get closed the fuck down.
I believe that too. Because the thing is, what if I'm not one of the good ones?
And I'm busting your balls.
Yeah, I know, but imagine if I'm not actually one of the good ones. I'm somebody from North Korea. Yeah. I'm illegal here. I get a fucking house and I build a fucking, thing to kill people.
Yeah.
And I'm actually legally owning a place in the United States.
Well, that's kind of part of my thought process with like a lot of Chinese companies or Chinese people I guess that's a fucking crazy thing. But we had like Chinese
bring your conspiracy theories. Bring them.
Right? The police stations that were popping up all over the US. And then we had like
the world.
The land that was being bought right out, and this is
all around military bases.
Bases.
This is not this is not rumor.
I know, but it's just like that kind of shit bugs me so much, and then it trickles down. And I never knew I never had the opportunity to ask somebody who's in the situation to because my eyes were just like fuck them all. Like,
no, and it's the same with everything, though.
Yeah.
It's the same if you get a car, if you get something, and you're illegal and you have no papers. Because I know a lot of people that they are just. This is what pisses me off. They have the means and they can actually become legal, but they don't do it to don't pay taxes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which I find disgusting because at the end, you have your family here. You've been living here for 20. I know people here like 25 years.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is they're living my best life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And, everything is in cash. They still they don't have bank accounts. Yep. They go pay their phone into, they go to the T-Mobile store and they pay in cash for their phone. Like, I know people like this, and it can be a problem. Like I said, it cost me a lot of money and effort to be here the right way. There is a way to be here the right way. I have friends right now, friends that I love, that I wish they're not here because I know how bad and how their programs are so fucked up. I know people right now that they are stealing cars. You know what I mean? They are cloning cards. They are stealing packages. They are breaking into houses.
Are they taking on apprentices?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like,
and these people aren't citizens yet.
No, they don't even have an ID.
So,
and this is the immigration problem that I think, and this is what is concerning me more about the 5 social issues.
Yeah.
The 4th one is this one, the immigration. This shit doesn't let me sleep at night sometimes, and I'm an immigrant. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, because number one, my name is getting, you know, just banished by other people. It's just, you know, getting dirtier, you know, because I'm a Venezuelan. There's a lot of Venezuelan gangs, and they're just letting them in. You know, it's like, they're just, how do you let, you know, I have nothing against people with tattoos. I have tattoos. But if you have a fucking tattoo on your neck and on your fucking face, and it's a fucking cross, and you're coming from another country, you know what I mean?
Watch out.
Let's just check out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Give them a little look-see.
Exactly. You know,
a little look-see.
You know, that's all I'm saying.
Anybody?
You know? So it's like, they just let them in. So now they're inside. It's really easy to get guns in Texas. Super easy to get guns in Texas. These people are armed. Now they're armed. There's no record that they are here. They don't give a fuck. They don't speak the language, and they're fearless.
Ooh, I'm officially jealous.
You know, and they can just do bad shit.
Yeah.
They killed and raped. I think her name was Jocelyn. She was 12. That was 5 miles from my house. Damn. It was 2 Venezuelans. This little kid went to the grocery store because she's an American. She thinks it's fine to just fucking go to a grocery store. Yeah. These 2 fucking perverts saw the girl, wait for her outside, grab her in a ditch. They rape her like 7 times and chop her in pieces. Ugh. Donald Trump talked about this. It was 2 Venezuelans. You know, it turns out they were from a gang called El Tren de Aragua, which is worse than fucking Mara Salvatrucha and everything you guys ever seen. It's worse. It's worse. So how are you letting these people come in? Because this is not just going to affect white people.
No.
This is not just going to affect black people or Indians or Asian. This is going to affect everybody already living in this country.
It's going to affect poor
America.
People, because the people who are letting them in have security details. So who it's really going to affect is the poor and middle class.
Yeah.
It's like, you look what's happening in Colorado.
Yeah.
Not just the apartment complex. They're waiting. So this is the kind of people that I know from Venezuela. These people were born to be thieves. Like, they're waiting for the Amazon package to be delivered. They hide behind the bushes. They knock on the door. They fucking kill the Amazon, or they just beat them up. Take the uniform.
Yeah.
And they knock on the door. They get into your house. They rape your family. They try to kill you. And they leave.
Training Northwest, everybody.
You know, if they leave blood, it doesn't matter because there's no record. When I came in, you know what was the first thing they made me do? Put my fucking fingerprints. Yeah. They're not doing that anymore.
Interesting.
They're not doing that. So I came in, I applied for political asylum. It was instant.
Yeah.
You know, they made me go over there. Put your freaking fingerprints.
They call
biometrics. Biometrics. Yeah. They took everything. I was marked, and I'm okay with it. I'm the one coming to a new country.
Yeah. Well, every baby being born is.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
In this country,
if you join the military, they've got all your
it's
DNA.
Constant,
yeah.
Right? Like, and I agree with it to a certain extent, right? It is kind of nice to know that, hey, thumbprints are a thing and we have a database for all this, right? But yeah, when people come into the country and they don't, what's the word? Not assimilate.
Assimilate.
I got issues with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would too.
That's the way it should be. But so we were going through your top social issues. So we went abortion, and then what was the second one?
Oh, we went abortion. We went.
We were on number 2. And we were distracted.
I mean,
give them again. Give us number 3.
So it was abortion. It was immigration was the third one.
Yeah.
We already talked about the second one, which I guess it wasn't as important as the third one. Now I realize. The other one is we went over the THC and cannabis in Texas.
That's what it was,
The gay thing. Okay, it's like Bella is gay. She's lesbian. She's living with me. I have a lot of gay friends. I love gays. Sometimes I wish I could be gay. Seems so simple.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this.
Hang on. Think.
You know what I mean?
We
got an orgy right here, boys.
I don't have to deal with my wife.
You guys want to go get some beers?
Yeah, go hunting.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Hang out with the boys.
Yeah, it's fucking cool, you know?
You guys want to go bear hunting?
But it bothers me when I see that they're forcing that into kids.
Yes.
That's a different, yeah.
And I seen that with my own eyes. And the gay people that I know, none of them agree with it.
No.
You know, so it's like
gay and the LGBTQ stuff is a completely different. They're two different ball games. Gay is just the way they are. The LGBTQ stuff is a political activist program to force this shit onto people.
And the last one, it's all right. I mean, it doesn't really affect me. I don't have a kid, and I'm not gay, and I like them, so it doesn't really affect me that much. It bothers me a little bit. The other one is the racism. Like, racism is in this country is like, it's funny to me. It's like
That's non-existent, you mean?
It's non-existent. It's like, it's funny.
Yeah.
So sometimes I meet like Black African American people. I don't even know how
Black.
Call them, and they're so angry. They think we want to take everything, and it's they goddamn white, and they're like always like mad, and I'm like, who hurt you? I asked one time one guy, were you a slave? No, my great father was, and I'm like, man, that sucks. But not anymore. And I'm not your enemy here. And neither are these people. So I never had like an instance from racism in this country. If I had, it was from my own people, Latinos that they already have papers and they are citizens. They want to treat us that we're like if we were shit just because I cannot leave this country, which I have no intentions to do anyways. So, I think those five are making this country kind of crumble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because racism comes up every time something big is about to happen.
Yes.
Right? Look what just happened.
It's another set of jangling keys to distract people when you want to, say, launder $50 billion through Ukraine back to yourself.
Exactly. Look what just happened with this black, the homeless guy that tried to stab everyone and they sent to jail the veteran guy that choked him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was just free and they making a big fuss out of it. And the dad start talking about the homeless guy. It turns out the dad gave away his son when he was 2.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. Like, now you cannot fool me because I have ChatGPT. I can ask stuff. You know what I mean? You used to be able to do it, but not anymore. Yeah. So I think those 5 things are making this country kind of fall. And other countries are now seeing this country as a weak country. It's not as hard. I was telling you the other day.
I think I mentioned on the last episode that we have a transvestite Secretary of Defense, and we are as strong as we've ever been.
Is it still?
Our priorities are in the correct spot.
Yeah.
But is it like is current still?
Till January.
Yep. All that weight.
Believe it or not, Joe Biden is still the
Set
president.
of fucking pumps.
So, and coming from a country where it was actually racist, Venezuela was really racist. Venezuela was really homophobic. Mm-hmm. Really homophobic.
And I want to hold up on that because when you said that the issues and you brought up the gay and the LGBTQ, I think the Democratic Party really fucked themselves when they started pushing the LGBTQ so hard because all of the immigrant populations don't play those games. And it is a prime example of sort of like social liberal elites getting stuck in their own thought bubble because they went, oh, everybody's going to jump on board behind this. And it's like, no. The people who come from Latin America come from very conservative family values. And so do all the like African and Arab immigrants.
Yeah.
These people are all coming from extremely conservative values. So to have them show up here and then start pushing all your gay shit on them immediately as they're coming out of the airport is like, you alienated all the people you brought in to displace the American voters.
Yeah.
Well, the funniest thing was they just had no clue when, like, during the election, and they were like,
Gays for Palestine.
Well,
Are you
no,
fucking kidding me?
It was
please
the Latino
please go visit.
vote was
Take them a care package.
15 or what was it? It was like 50, 54, 55% of Latino men voted for Trump, and they were like all just wondering why. And it was like, what?
Because they're Catholic.
Yeah.
You morons, they believe in big families and traditional family values.
Yeah, it's
Good God.
I think.
you know. And by the way, we're you know, even the Latinos that they could vote that they don't speak English. That's another thing. To me, you shouldn't be becoming a citizen if you don't speak English. Another story, which you can, by the way.
Just barely.
So we saw Biden like.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, the president should
Like,
be able to speak English.
You
too,
know
huh?
what I mean? We saw that. Like, I was like, is that, you know, I'm not even citizen yet, but is that my president? It's fucking sad. It's like elderly abuse.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You know, the guy didn't know where to go, and then Kamala was just laughing all the time, and like it was concerning.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if they would have another candidate, maybe they would have a chance. Maybe.
Well, they did, and they decided not
decided
to
not
use
to.
them because they didn't have a primary.
Yeah.
Right? They did the same thing that they did with Hillary Clinton. They put Hillary Clinton in there and instead of Bernie Sanders, who was the person who was going to get the vote, and they put their little pawn in place. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even-
Shot themselves in the foot.
what's that? What's the thing that they have? The voting process, the super delegates that
Primary?
constantly. The
DNC's pick.
Yeah.
For Bernie.
And it just ends up fucking them every single time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. He used to be.
The establishment does not like to be challenged.
Yeah. They would say he's too. You know, it's weird because they're like he's too socialist, and then like cut to now, and you're like too socialist. He seems reasonable.
Yeah.
You know.
What's your take on Cuban people and immigrants getting lots of help paid by your taxes?
It's no different than Ukraine
Any other
just
country.
cleaning us out by the billions.
What's your take on that?
What do you mean?
Like, because it
What-
kind of makes me mad.
As
Yeah.
far
Oh,
as
yes.
anybody getting, well, I don't like giving so much aid to other countries when you can walk around and see a lot of people dead.
No, that's what I'm
in
saying,
our
because I'm
streets.
not even talking about, you know, I'm talking about there is a lot of immigrants that they take advantage of public
Services.
systems.
Yeah.
Yeah, welfare.
That's
In
the
fake
problem with the
social
welfare state
in-
that we have, and they navigate it. And
They
like,
navigate it to
it's-
get it approved.
Yeah.
So the real problem isn't that they're taking advantage of these programs. The real problem is that these programs exist.
There's reasons to have these programs. I understand, and there's certain points in time where it's like here's a story from my girlfriend's mom. She goes, used to volunteer at a like a place where kids could come and get clothes and all this different stuff. And she was like, so this lady comes in and she brings her first group of 3 kids in, and they're shopping around, and then all of a sudden goes and gets the other kids. So she had 7 kids who I don't know what was the deal, but they were shopping around, and then she was picking some stuff up, and it's all free. And my girlfriend's mom is volunteering here and doing all this, and then was like, oh, here, I'll help you out with some of your stuff. They go out, and she's in a brand new Escalade. Brand new Escalade, but she's getting free clothes for her kids. That kind of shit pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, that's taking advantage of the system.
Yeah, I've seen the same thing at the grocery store checkout, running like the EBT cards and then roll the card outside and load it into the back of a brand new SUV.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there is like immigrants right now in the border. I don't know if you guys speak Spanish, but I hear them say like, they gotta let me in. You know, they have to. We're not gonna move out of here till they let us in, because we deserve to be there.
I mean, that mentality definitely fits. They got the
but
American
they're-
mentality going.
yeah.
So they're starting to assimilate with the left real quick.
Which by the
But
way,
they're being told that by somebody. That they didn't come up with that on their own. Somewhere at the beginning of that immigrant train, someone is telling them that.
it's an attack to the United States of America.
Yes.
It's a plan. It's been forever. It's a plan. It's like a cancer that is gonna eat this country inside out.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
And I'll actually make another little addendum there, which is that I think the social programs are the cancer. They just weren't working fast enough, so they added more dependence to the system to topple it.
Yeah, I mean, we are becoming a welfare state. Period.
Yeah, we are a welfare state.
Well, I mean, we're that's what's bringing us down.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
Good.
I didn't like that.
It's the abuse of the welfare systems, and then also just sort of the rampant pillaging of the American coffers by our elected officials.
if we go extremely viral, I'm gonna have to move out of Texas. You guys are gonna have to give me like some kind of residence here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have a
Not a
lot of
problem.
Latino haters.
At least 27 people are going to hear this.
Yeah, I gotta be careful.
28.
Gotta be careful. Never know.
I'm not a big fan of all that, but I do see the need for people immigrating into this country.
Yeah.
Like, and that's period. Like I've said it like fucking 20 times on this podcast. It's the most American thing you can do.
Yeah.
Right. So we just have to figure out a way to make it to where it's not this undocumented, you're fucking running around causing ruckus because you're a bad person.
Yeah.
Like these bad actors that are getting pumped into here. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
And how do you navigate that at the border? I've never been down to the border.
Well, a vetting process.
Yeah, but
the
I mean,
yeah.
I think you have to build facilities. This is gonna sound really weird, but I think you build facilities, right? You build a couple of facilities, enough to get, enough people, you let certain people in, you make emphasis on women and children, right? You let certain people in, you run the background, right? If there's no data on you, you go to the fucking country of origin. If they can do your background, we're going to release you with the ankle monitor for 6 months because we got to still know what the fuck you're doing. And you need to have a sponsor in this country. That's like number one thing, because many people, they are just releasing them into the streets.
Yeah.
You know what's sad? I went to New York. I saw that hotel, the Carlton or something. It's fucking beautiful hotel.
Yeah.
They're using that to put immigrants in now.
Yeah.
Next to the biggest New York thing where the artists go and sing and and comedians and all of that.
And that's another political statement. That's a leftist political statement saying, fuck you, this is what we're doing.
So we either need to separate as a United States like we used to do before, or what are we doing? Because this is going to affect everybody.
I like your idea of a sponsorship. No, that's smart.
They all need to have it.
A big brother program. You move from somewhere to a new country, someone to help you get your feet on the ground.
You have
way
to
better
know
than
that
the
you're not-
government's going to help you.
Right. We need to know that you're not going to be sleeping on a tent in downtown. And then we also need that gives someone who also is vested in playing in the system a little bit of responsibility, where it's like, hey, don't vouch for this person coming into the country unless you know them and you can comfortably vouch for them, because we're going to hold you accountable for them as well.
Exactly. And second thing, we can even, let's say, we have an organization, right? Like organization where people that really want to help immigrants, because they all of a sudden they all want to help them, they can actually collaborate something to keep that organization moving, right? And it's not coming out of the taxpayers, but it's coming from people that want to fund those organizations with lawyers, with beds for the kids and toys and everything that they need. And it's funded by those that want to support that initiative. Because I read online, this might be accurate, this might be off by a couple of numbers, but just per immigrant, if you take into account all the food that you need to give them, the pay per hour by each officer, the gas, everything is around $13,000 that is costing per immigrant. We have around 3,000 trying to come in every day. Do those numbers. Who's paying that? It's us, right? So, I just think that, a sponsorship program needs to be in place. I do believe there is people that they're actually trying to get into this country, running away from something from their country. There is really good people. We can even take advantage of that. People coming in and, we all help each other and the American dreams keep being true, but do it the right way. Those that are doing it the wrong way, let's just fucking send them back. Yep. Oh, I don't have a house to go because I sold everything. I'm sorry. I didn't tell you to fucking come.
Yeah, exactly. You made that choice.
How did Venezuela deal with immigration?
We killed them. I'm not living lying. I'm not lying. Yeah. We killed the only people that immigrate to Venezuela is like freely.
Wonder if Trump's got a spot in the cabinet for Luis.
It's like Russian
borders are.
Russians can get like Venezuelans ID because we own them so much fucking oil. That is stupid. China too. They can actually buy property in Venezuela without being citizens. And people from Saudi Arabia and shit because of Venezuela. There's a lot of terrorist cells too. So the rest, like if you're Colombian trying to get into Venezuela, we beat the shit out of you. We treat you like a fucking slave. I did that before. We went to the fucking school. Oh, that little kid is from Colombia. Oh, come on, motherfucker. We're going to fucking kill you. Go back to your country. I was 8. That's been racist. Yeah. But that's the culture over there. You can ask any Venezuelan. Venezuela is not like wow, we welcome you guys. Everybody can come in. Fuck no. That's why you don't really see a lot of, like in Venezuela, there's not really a lot of black people. They're like just in one part because we never accept them.
Yeah. I always heard Venezuela was the melting pot of
South America.
South America.
Yeah, it's like Spaniards. We were.
That's Brazil. Yeah.
We were like Spaniards, and they used to drink a lot, and that's why we Venezuelans were loud and we like to party and fuck all the time.
It's been said many times.
Yeah, but
it's the brewskis.
Yeah, but besides that, we don't really have a lot of, And if you're from Peru and you were in Venezuela, we don't like you. Huh. We make fun of you. What the fuck are you doing in my country? I'm more important than you because this is my country. That's how we treat immigrants in Venezuela. Unfortunately,
I'm updating my list of countries I want to visit. And checking put Venezuela down towards.
Yeah, I treat Canadians like that.
It's like now we always like.
Hey, we're gonna fuck you up, eh?
What are you hosers doing down here?
Which that's racist because we would never treat American like that.
Drink all your beers,
We would never do that. If you see like a gringo in Venezuela, he's like, "Oh my god, how you doing?" It's like because we're racist too. It is what it is. It's like our program. We were looking to be this way. Now I think that's one of the karmas that Venezuelans are paying. Like we're so bad with immigration that now we have to migrate to other countries and start from zero. Yeah. So I never wanted it to be here. Guys, now I'm happy that I'm here. But I never wanted to leave my country.
Yeah.
Yeah, never. I was just thinking about staying in my country. Why would I leave my country?
Yeah.
Most of Venezuelans are like you guys, like you guys love this country. Venezuelans are like that.
Well, the thing is like we understand how lucky we are.
Exactly.
I haven't had to travel somewhere to know how lucky I am. No. And that's why I have like when I see like left-leaning people hate on the country that they live here, and it's like this is the probably one of the easiest countries to get happen. Like, everything is just kind of
everything.
We're gifted.
Everything. And it's getting more serious now, but I remember when I came the first time, they didn't even need an ID from me to have a bank account. Yeah. You know how much shit I can do with a bank account? You can send money to terrorists with a bank account.
Allegedly.
For you not to have, like, not even an ID to open a bank account.
Yeah.
Now they require, But I remember when I came 2016, I opened a bank account with nothing. They just asked me for $100 in my name. I'm reading.
Pay to
Walked
play.
out with a pen.
Pay to play, baby.
You know, so it's easy country. Like, you know, how
But
many?
that's what's going to be the downfall is because everybody's been like
Looting it.
just rosy-eyed, fucking, you know, rose-colored glasses. Everything's great. We don't need to be mean to people. I don't want to have to put any kind of security system in because that's not where we live, and we should just be giving people everything we have. That's the kind of shit that's gonna take us to the bottom.
Oh yeah,
Because the reality is we still need to protect ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not. Right? And the fear of being considered accepting is huge here for a lot of fucking people. So they don't want to say the things that they really think, and that also is a problem. And it starts at like we're being told that like at a child level and like just on a personal level, but the government absolutely does that. Look at all the fucking nobody's being real. You're not seeing a politician's real self. They're telling you what they think you want to hear. And they're taking all these polls and they're going, well, if I roll up my sleeves, these workers are going to think I'm a little bit
Unbutton
more.
my collar,
I'm
roll
gonna-
my sleeves up, and wear some safety glasses.
Yeah, so and they're doing it all over the place. It's all bullshit. But we're at the base level allowing it to happen.
yeah, but which, by the way, you cannot own land in Venezuela if you're not born in Venezuela.
Makes sense.
Cannot own land.
If you're not born, you could be
Born.
a citizen, but
Born.
that's a little further than I want to go. But I like where their head's at.
Born. Like, if you own land in Venezuela, you have to be born there. You know, like, you can rent it. You would take your money, but born. So I know many people that they want to buy like a house as an investment there. You have to do it through somebody that you know there, and it's going to be on their name.
Yeah.
You know, but you have, you know, you can't do it. Which, that's what I'm saying. Like, there is so many things that they make it easy here that I think they need to start, like, making things a little bit, like, you know, it's about time that things start getting a little bit tougher.
Yeah, because you should have to have some skin in the game if you want to benefit from the system.
Yeah.
Can we call it pee break?
Yeah.
All right, pee break. And we're back.
I have a question.
Okay.
And this will be right up your alley. So Trump says he's going to do a mass deportation. He's going to get rid of all these illegals, and it's going to we might use the military or we'll use the National Guard. This hasn't been explained how it's going to happen yet, and I don't know how it's going to happen, but if there is a big aggressive move towards mass deportation, what do you feel? Do you think these illegals will go quietly into the night? Will they put up a skirmish? Will they flee and hide? And like, what do you think because they don't want to go back just the same way you don't want to go back to Venezuela to live and be under that regime. What do you think, if this deportation thing does happen, what that looks like?
I'm just going to talk about Venezuelans because I'm familiarized with what they would do. Mark my words. Most of them, they're going to get in massive debt and get deported. They're going to do something to get deported on purpose. Most of the Venezuelans that came through the border, like they crossed the river, they left from Panama and everything, they're not escaping politically, right? Yeah. They're not here because they're afraid. They're here because of the economic state, the economic crisis in Venezuela. So they don't really want to be here, right? Because they're not afraid. They don't think they're gonna get killed in Venezuela by the government. They're just here because it was, they got into a situation with it, it was really bad economically, and that's it. So I think most of them since they got something that is called TPS, which Joe Biden gave, they actually got social security numbers. Most of them did, right? So if Trump's deport them, they're just gonna get a bunch of loans, like shark loans or whatever, and leave the country with $20,000-$30,000.
Jeez.
And that's it. And it's
Take a loan out, take that cash and run.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna probably steal a couple credit cards. They're gonna start doing bad shit. Shit is gonna hit the fan, especially with the gangs, Venezuelan gangs. They're gonna start doing bad shit to be back to Venezuela with money. You know what I mean?
Never thought of that.
That's a twist I had never considered.
Yeah, good gravy.
Yeah. Steal shit. Take your credit card money, swipe your cards. That's most of the things that they do. That's what they do. So there is a way that you can actually get a credit card number, a bunch of credit card numbers through the dark web. It could be your, mine, anybody's. You buy each credit card number for around $100, and they tell you how much limit each credit card has, and you just copy and paste the number and buy online. Bunch of shit. You can get it sent to Venezuela and start selling it over there. So you don't even have to take the cash with you. So you can start like a clothing business in Venezuela. You can send over there many people are buying cars in Coparts. Coparts is like repossessed cars and from the auction cars. And they are sending them to Venezuela. They're stealing cars and sending them to Venezuela with rebuilt
Titles.
They're just gonna start stealing shit from the United States.
Petty crime goes
Exactly.
up massively.
Massively. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because they don't really want to be here.
Huh.
I give an example. Me, if the massive deportation starts, I'm in a legal limbo right now. Right, I can leave, but I'm not illegal in this country. Right, I have all the rights that a citizen has, but I can't vote, and I can't be like a cop.
Yeah,
because I'm not a citizen. Right.
In San Francisco, I think you can.
I bet I can. So those things I cannot do. But I'm in a limbo because I applied for my political asylum in 2016. So it's been almost 9 years. Right. So they haven't called me because they have so many cases that the court is overwhelmed. I have an option which I don't want to do. The lawyers recommend me to actually sue the state for like malpractice. Like, I don't know how to use that word. It's like it's the state's fault because they took too long.
They haven't processed your
exactly. So I can actually sue the state and get my papers. I don't want to do it because why would I want to sue the United States of America? I don't want to. It's
playing the game though, but they are. Again, we're back to the purpose of government, which is to help the citizens get on with their life. So they have dropped the ball in your case.
Well,
because you've done everything right, you've put in all the applications, and they've shit the bed.
So they told me that I didn't want to do it. I was like, no, I don't want to really do this. So I keep waiting. So I'm basically just waiting for an officer in UCIS to call me and tell me, okay, this is your story. These are the evidence. This is all the evidence. Tell me your story. Your case is either approved or denied. Right? That's what I'm waiting for. And I've been waiting for that call for 9 years. Yeah. All right. So, and I keep waiting. But I keep like renovating my permit to work, my ID, my social. I keep paying taxes. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm in a legal limbo.
Yeah.
Because, I can go to Puerto Rico, to any state of the United States and its territories. I can go. No problem. But I don't. So all the crazy part is I don't have a passport. Because Venezuela took away my passport and flag. They won't give me my passport. So in order for me to leave the country, I would need either to get a passport from Venezuela, which is going to be basically impossible because there's not even an embassy here. Or I have to wait till I become a citizen of the United States and get a blue passport. And fuck Venezuela's citizenship. I couldn't care less about it. I don't really care. So many people are not in my situation. The people that are in my situation, they're gonna stay because we have nothing to be afraid of.
Oh yeah,
You know,
of
I
course,
haven't done
no.
anything wrong. But those other people that they just came, let's say 4 years ago, because everything started at 2020, right? That's what they're gonna do. Petty crimes. They're gonna steal shit. You know, they're gonna. You know, I know somebody. Actually, he's already in Venezuela. He went to a shark loan company. He went to a several shark loan companies in the same day. So the credits couldn't refresh. He got a total of $60,000.
Bounced.
No, he went to Venezuela.
Well, sorry,
Yeah,
bounced.
exactly.
Bounced out
With
of the country.
$60,000. He started a new life. $60,000 in Venezuela is a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know?
Shit.
So he
I got
asked.
an idea, Mike. What are you doing tomorrow?
He asked to be deported. The guy asked to be deported. Saying, I want to be deported. I want to be in this country. This country is horrible. It's nothing but work. Okay. He asked to be deported. He got deported. And he took $60,000. Who's going to pay those $60,000? I mean, the banks, I couldn't care about the banks, but still, somebody's going to have to pay for that. You know, so that's what's going to happen. To answer your question, you know, not many that are going to be hiding.
Well, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. It's amazing how like clever and shisty, like just scamming people that are just good at it. Just like I would never.
I mean,
When you
you're
grow
just-
up
you're
with a
putting
little bit of desperation,
but when
you
you're
get
putting-
crafty.
You're put in a situation though. It's not. I don't think it's that. I think it's like anybody in the same situation would be go, oh
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm going back home. So yeah, I might as
Of
well.
course.
This money tree place will just give you money.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take
Fucking
all of it
craziest
as much as I
thing.
can. See you later, bitches. Yeah.
And what America's going to do? They don't have a relationship with Venezuela. So it's not like it can actually
No extradition.
exportation or something, you know? That's why it's so fucked up, this situation. What if somebody from Venezuela comes here, kills somebody, and then they leave? They cross the border to Mexico. They go back to Venezuela. Who's going to pay for that crime?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sad. That's why nobody's coming to save you. You know, like that phrase been on my mind since I saw it. Just, you know, nobody's gonna, you know what I mean? It's like, shit. You know? So they've been doing this for a while. They're gonna keep doing it. Immigration is, to me, the mass deportation need to start. To me, checkpoints are needed. To me, they gotta go to all Home Depots. They gotta go to all companies. They gotta, you know, I don't give a shit, man.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit, man. They gotta stop this shit. Number one, it's too goddamn too much fucking people. Traffic's getting worse. These people don't know how to fucking drive. It's true. They don't have fucking licenses. Yeah. I have to fucking learn how to. How can you drive in America if you don't know how to speak English?
Yeah. Yeah. No shit. No shit.
There is things that are happening in this country that my mind don't understand.
Yeah.
A cop pulls you over. This was my uncle. He got pulled over by a cop. He has no license. He has paper tags are fake. Because you know the paper tags? You know what the Venezuelans are doing now?
Just print them and
Print them now. They use fucking paint. They change the number. They sell it to another Venezuelan that knows nothing about it for
What about to
$250.
an American?
Probably too. $250 for your paper tags. They're fake.
I got pulled over a couple days ago for having expired tags for the first time in like 4 years. And the sheriff's deputy, he was cool about it. And he just asked, he said, do you have your registration? I said, no, I don't. And he came back and what he said is that, you know, you're putting me in a position where this time I'm giving you a warning, but at some point I have to do my job. And I didn't think about it till after I rolled up the window and drove away. But he's actually making a choice. He has the choice. Oh, yeah. He is not in a position where he has to do his job. He is in a position where he chose to pull me over for a fail. It was actually for a California roll to stop sign. So here in the United States, yeah. But if you think about the crime that we are overrun with right now in this country, and we have a sheriff's deputy who makes, I would assume, $120,000, $130,000 a year. Yeah. Just in wages. That doesn't even, like $200,000 a year full package. And he's pulling me over for going 3 miles an hour through a stop sign where nobody else was at the intersection. That's where we're at in America. Because why? Because I have a checking account. Because I try to play inside the matrix.
You know what's the crazy part? I know somebody that got pulled over drunk. Mm-hmm. Drunk. Mm-hmm. He called me. He was drunk, like shit-faced drunk. Oh, here's the cup. New Year's Eve. I'm like, fuck this guy. Hello, sir. Oh, yeah, that's my friend. Well, your friend is pretty drunk, sir. He's driving. This is a DUI. You know that? I guess I'm going to explain him. He's going to jail. Actually, he's going home with a warning.
Oh, shit. This is in Texas?
Yeah. Let him go.
Whoa.
Oh, road beers?
Let him go.
Road beers.
If it would be me, fucking go to jail. Or you, or you know what I mean?
Well, that's what Tobin was saying. Is if you have a checking account, if you have money, if you're
vested
they
in
can
the
take
system.
something from you.
So it's better to be driving a beat up car.
It's better to have
Well,
nothing.
it's
When
better-
you have nothing, you are as free as you've ever been.
When you have nothing that's in the system, right? If you're not part of the system, they can't
The
take
system
anything
can't
from
fuck with you. System can only fuck with that which is inside.
It's crazy, man.
Ooh, there's a statement. Yo ho, mateys, how do we get outside the fucking system? That's the game.
Fake our deaths.
Ooh.
I thought about
like
it.
Robin Williams did, maybe.
You think Robin Williams still alive?
Tupac
With Tupac and Elvis?
and Epstein.
And Epstein.
Robin Williams.
Is he? All right. Patch Adams never dies, huh? Yeah.
I don't know about Elvis, but probably that guy. I heard that before. Fake his death.
He's out here.
Probably. Probably.
Lives in the HOA down the street,
Probably.
slumming it.
Hey, who's the guy with the hairy arms?
Oh, hello. Hard to hide. Hard to hide that.
Yeah, that's Robin Williams.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Get a
It gave
VPN,
me
man.
something new to think about, too. I didn't even think, like,
Yeah, that's a new
trying
concept.
to get cash before you flee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cash on credit that you have no intention of ever trying to pay back just because you're going to
And to
bounce
steal
out of
people,
the country.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to buy this new truck. No shit. I thought about that a lot.
Have you? Drive
Yeah.
to Mexico?
No, just be like if I'm gonna get something, it's like I might as well buy like a brand new side by side and be set. And then like if everything falls out and you know if end times are near, right? This is like doomsday thoughts, right? I'm like I might as well just go ham, get my boat, get a side by side, get a truck.
Be the best apocalypse ever.
Like, this is gonna be rad.
Repo Man shows up as the bomb's going off. You're like, fuck.
as the floodwaters are rising.
Yeah. How much is the drop fee?
Oh, my goodness.
It's crazy. It's freaking
Well,
crazy.
Are we running out of steam here, or are we? You guys have more questions for Luis?
I'm sorry, I brought no steam, boys.
I know it's rough. It's a work night. Everybody's tired. So let's just say this, Luis. Thank you for coming on these last two
Yes.
episodes.
Absolutely.
Is there any? I know you sent me some show notes stuff. Is there an email address you want to put out publicly, or a Instagram handle, social media type stuff where people can get a hold of you at?
You're pretty active on Instagram, huh?
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of your roofing stuff.
Yeah. I have an obsession for it because I hate insurance companies.
Heard that.
You know, I couldn't care less about getting the roof done. I feel like excitement when somebody gets the roof approved by the insurance.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I fight insurance companies to get the roof approved.
Yeah, Rage Against the Machine.
Exactly.
And are you working for yourself?
Yeah, I work. I don't. You know, I work for myself, and then
And in what city? Houston?
I can help any city, Houston, here, anybody. I can help anybody.
Oh, so you're talking more about the actual claim, not the physical work of
Yeah,
roofing.
but I can also set up the physical work of roofing too.
Okay.
I just be a broker and I help you out finding the best company.
Yep. So what's an email address people can find you
Is APARICIOLUX. So apariciolux@gmail.com.
at? Awesome.
Simple.
And, any parting words before we sign off?
Hope everybody that's listening to this just realize the country that they're living, appreciate it more, and realize that there was a point where Venezuela was richer than the United States. And look where Venezuela is at, because we just decided to listen to the government. Basically.
Because you let them take control.
Exactly.
All right, that is the perfect note to end the show on. Good night, everybody, and thank you for listening.